This month on Before the Badge, we're introducing you to an officer who came to this country with just $300 in his pocket and barely knew a word of English. But after working here at the JW, he soon learned the language and learned that he loved helping others.
I grew up in Venezuela, which is in South America, between Colombia and Brazil, and my childhood is everybody played with everyone. I got big families, like all Latinos, and growing up is like, getting all these people loving and accepting you for who you are until you grow up and become a stubborn juvenile. That was me. The black sheep of the family.
Growing up, Officer Hernandez knew he was different than those living in his home country of Venezuela.
In the back of my mind, I always didn't fit in my environment, and I didn't want to have the same standards as everyone.
So he sought out a different path. In Venezuela, he went to college to become a teacher, but in the back of his mind, he knew he had other plans.
Outside of America, people see America as the American dream, military and police like, wow, like we are the best of the best, and I always want to be one of them.
At just 22 years of age, he left his family and the life he once knew to pursue a lifelong dream.
I ended up in Florida, and I was like, okay, this is nice, and until you have to speak the language. I didn't know any English back there, and it was hard trying to get a plane to Indianapolis where my friend used to live, and I was like, back then we didn't have fancy iPhones to look or Google or Maps, and making noises and sounds trying to get a plane until 2 days later I was able to get a plane to Indianapolis.
Once in Indianapolis, he quickly realized he had a lot to learn.
I didn't know what to do. So working, I have like 4 jobs because I was working everywhere, restaurants, tried to learn the language, and I was like, I want to do a better with my life. I need to, learn the language.
And Hernandez did just that. By working in restaurants, hotels, and as a legal assistant, he learned English, one word at a time.
I applied to become a police officer, and I didn't have citizenship back then. And I was like, well, how can I expedite that process? Because it takes many years to get your citizenship. So military was taking people, like always, and I asked them, what do I need? You only have to be a resident. So I was like, okay, I'm in.
Hernandez joined the U.S. Army in 2017 and still serves today as a sergeant. After getting his citizenship, he applied to IMPD and says he has proven to himself and others you could do anything you put your mind to.
Like, no matter what people tell you, no matter what others think about you, it's you who decide what to do with your life.
Officer Hernandez currently works on Northwest District and loves engaging and educating residents.
I try to go to churches, community events, and tell them like, hey, if you have a question, you can ask me. Everyone here have the same rights. This is the great thing about America. Everyone have the same rights. We're all humans, and if anyone needs help, you just call 911 and we're gonna be there, no matter who you are.
IMPD is currently hiring both new recruits and lateral officers. If you're interested in joining, head to joinimpd.indy.gov.